I was reading the book of Jasher this morning, and it says the more wicked people become, they will start to look older. And it says even a baby, a newborn baby comes out and they will look like they're 100 years old. So let's look at it in the book of Jasher. We're going to go chapter 4, verse 18. And their judges and rulers went to the daughters of men and took their wives by force. And they began to teach the mixture of animals of one species with another, the hybrids. And Yahuwah saw the whole earth, and it was corrupt. And all men who walked in the ways of Yahuwah died in those days, before Yahuwah brought the evil upon man. And every man made unto himself a god. And the children of men began to wax strong in sin and transgression. We're seeing that now. And their faces became like the faces of beasts. Okay, we're going to really talk about this. So let's understand the text. Their faces became like beasts. Wow. So this passage implies the deeper into sin and rebellion humanity fell, the more their physical features changed. The people, especially children, began to look aged, deformed, and beast-like even from their youth. This is not just a metaphorical, but spiritual degeneration manifesting in physical appearance, a sign of being overtaken by demonic influence, corruption of DNA, and disconnection from Yahuwah's image. Now, if anybody's watched The Twilight Zone, and I'm talking about the black and white one with Rod Sterling, there's an episode where it talks about how the people that are very beautiful, and then all of a sudden they put on this mask, and their face they think is a beauty mask, but when they take it off, they look like a beast. You know, if you don't know about it, watch it. Go on YouTube and look at Twilight Zone, the people with the faces of the beast. That's what this passage, to me, I think is what it's talking about. The corruption and manifestation. This aligns with other texts like 1 Enoch 8 through 10, where the fallen watchers introduced unnatural unions. That's when they were mixing the birds with the snake and the lions with the bear. They was doing all kind of ungodly things. Oh my God. Mixed species and tampered with creation, defiled human DNA in the pure image of man. So when man abandoned Yahuwah's commandments, the image of Yahuwah faded, spiritual light diminished, physical beauty and youth deteriorated, even in children. I know y'all seen some kids that look odd. And the only thing that you can say, they're precious. But I've seen some children that look not together. And I don't want to say the word, but I'll just say not attractive. And I've seen a lot of children deformed. I've seen children that have been really messed up. And you go, wow, what happened? What sin happened to their family? Now, I'm reading this. Come on. It's telling you what happened. And Jasher 4:18 calls it faces like beast, animalistic, aged, and corrupt. Oh, I wish I had a picture. But I'm not good with backgrounds like that yet. So children born looking old, though not a direct quote, many ancient writings and Hebrew traditions interpret this to mean children were born with deformed age and unnatural features due to the sins of the parents or polluted bloodlines, a form of early judgment from Yahuwah because of widespread rebellion. This is similar to how Cain's descendants, the Nephilim, and the corrupted line after Jared became visibly altered. Now, this makes me think, when you see kids all over the world that have their legs are too big and their bodies are tiny, or they have all these different deformities on their face, in their head, their eyes, their hands, they can't walk, all kind of stuff. This makes me think this is the sin of their parents. Okay, let's think about it. Let's get realistic here. I believe this is what Enoch was trying to tell us, that you get so far from Yahuwah and you start doing witchcraft. And I seen people burning sage trying to get, the devil out their house, and they bringing the devil in. Okay? They ain't got no prayer life. They living either in fornication and doing things that is way far from Yahuwah. And burning those sage is going to bring the presence of Yahuwah in there. If you're living unrighteously and you're sinning against Yahuwah, you need to repent. Turn from your wicked ways. Get on your face, get on your knees and say, Father, forgive me. And he will hear you, because it's a heart condition. And change, turn. Don't keep coming back. Sin corrupts the image. Holiness preserves it. When a people disconnect from Yahuwah, their spirit weakens and their physical body deteriorates prematurely. This isn't just aging, it's the loss of favor, light, and glory that once covered mankind in the garden. In Psalms 34:5, they looked unto him and were enlightened, and their faces were not ashamed. In Ecclesiastic 8:1, wisdom makes one face shine. So let me give you a modern parallel. Even today, you can see the difference between a life yielded to Yahuwah equals the peace and clarity and glow. You know, a lot of people don't even believe that I'm like almost 60, and they're just marveled at just how much Yahuwah has just blessed me. Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't fornicate, I didn't commit adultery. I just eat right, I pray, I try to keep myself holy and righteous. I submit to my husband, and he looks great as well. But there's some people that you see, they look 20, 30 years older, and they look tired. You can tell life has took a toll on them. And then you'll see, like I'm talking about, a life filled with rebellion, premature aging, restlessness, and inner torment. They said Marvin Gaye was tormented. You'll be seeing celebrities tormented, athletes tormented. You'll be seeing pastors tormented, because they caught up in things that are wicked. Wicked people are tormented. Let's talk about it. Wicked people are tormented. And this warns you and I that sin ages the soul. And when sin is passed generationally, the children bear the weight, even in their appearance. So you may have attractive looking parents, but the kids come out looking like, what happened? Like somebody sinned. Somebody sinned. But true restoration begins by returning to Yahuwah's word, commandments, and covenant. So it's time to repent. Turn from the wicked ways. If you walk past and see people in the streets or in your city or in your state or even on this social media, and they look like life has destroyed them, it's probably because they're in sin and they need to repent. Today is the day to do it. Don't wait until you start having a face like a beast.